Did the pick-me kid finally get exposed? There was this guy at our school who claimed he was being bullied by literally everyone. His name was Dylan, and from day one, he positioned himself as the school's biggest victim. Every week, Dylan had a new story about someone being mean to him. Kids were stealing his lunch money, destroying his homework, spreading rumors about him online. Teachers loved him because he seemed like this sweet, quiet kid who just couldn't catch a break. He'd show up to class with these sad stories about how the popular kids were making his life miserable. Dylan got special treatment everywhere. Teachers let him eat lunch in their classrooms to avoid the bullies. He got extensions on assignments because he was too stressed from harassment to focus. The guidance counselor even started a whole anti-bullying campaign because she felt so bad for him. But here's what was weird. No one knew who was actually bullying Dylan. Every time a teacher would investigate his claims, the evidence would mysteriously disappear. The kids he accused would have perfect alibis. Security cameras would be broken or positioned wrong. This went on for 2 years. Dylan built this whole reputation as the school's most persecuted student. The truth started coming out completely by accident. This kid Jake in my chemistry class had been struggling with anxiety and depression. He'd started missing a lot of school and seemed really withdrawn. When he finally came back after a week-long absence, he looked terrible. During lab, Jake's hands were shaking so bad he could barely hold his test tubes. Our teacher pulled him aside and asked if everything was okay. Jake broke down crying and said he'd been getting these horrible anonymous messages for months. Someone was sending him detailed descriptions of how he should kill himself, threatening to hurt his little sister, posting embarrassing photos of him online with cruel captions. Our teacher immediately got the counselor involved, and they started investigating Jake's phone and social media accounts. They found hundreds of messages from different fake accounts, all targeting Jake with the same writing style and specific details that only someone at our school would know. The IT department got involved and started tracing IP addresses. Every single threatening message came from the same computer, one of the library computers that students could use during lunch. Security pulled the footage from the library cameras, and guess who was sitting at that exact computer during the times when Jake was getting the worst messages? Dylan. But it got worse. Once they knew what to look for, they started investigating other students. Turns out, Dylan had been systematically targeting quiet, vulnerable kids for months. He'd identify students who were already struggling, and then make their lives absolutely miserable through anonymous harassment. The genius part of Dylan's scheme was that he was also pretending to be a victim himself. When teachers started asking questions about bullying in the school, Dylan would redirect their attention to fake problems he was having, making himself look like the innocent victim, while the real victims suffered in silence. The investigation revealed at least 12 different students who had been receiving anonymous threats and harassment from Dylan. Some of them had started self-harming. 2 had attempted suicide. 1 had transferred schools because the bullying was so severe. When they finally confronted Dylan with the evidence, he didn't even try to deny it. He just smiled and said, "You can't prove I meant any of it. I was just joking around." Dylan got expelled immediately and faced charges for cyberbullying.